From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, there's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New England Patriots.
Set to kick off.
2-1 loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
We're going to work. At their own 23-yard line.
Set, hut, six to Pittsburgh. Drop deep, drop deep.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor. That'll bring up second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Watch the out. Orbit. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Check. I got you, punk.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw.
I'm all over you.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Taken in at the 22. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Here we go.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
It's going to be a long. Big Griffin.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Preston Smith there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Buzz. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Bang. Ready.
from the gun. Fountain. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his third touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball.
He's got a man, complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Josh Allen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
You don't want this.
2nd and 15. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo. Oh, get him! Get him! Get him!
Back to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Kenny Clark, that's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got him. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Check. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Recon, 1-3, go.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen.
He completes it to Westbrook. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
Mike 54. Yeah.
Greystone, travel. Let's go.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw on 2nd down. Fountain, and that'll be incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Let's go. Shift. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Operating from the gun. Fountain. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Nice pick.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Haywood. Foes and Mike.
They'll look to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Chris Conley, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 20.
Come on, set. Mike, 10, Lobo. 3 buzz. 48's the Mike. I'm coming after you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Allen getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Matt Weil now. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Take it at the 37. Fighting his way through contact. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Mike 54. I'm coming.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That's it. Big hit.
Out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
Ready, ready.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and one.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Get it.
Now Fournette.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Room to run again. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Let's go,
well, we
baby.
looked at
Let's
each
go.
other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Ready, ready.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Not today. Check.
Ready, ready.
They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Shoot.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here we go.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Hey, Mike 51. Here we go. Let's bring it.
Back to throw. Fountain. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Keep playing hard.
At their own 25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Gets it to Gordon. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Kenny Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
taken at about the 36. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Throwing to start the drive. Fountain. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Big edge, big edge, big edge.
80 weapon.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Too little, cupcake.
Hit it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fountain. And that is incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, but now it's third down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Man up, D. Watch the edge.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS.
Looking to throw. Fountain. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
He'll field this at the 5. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Okay, boys, 58, 58 is Mike.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Go. 3 on 3. Leo. Hard. Check 26, check 26. Kill, kill, kill. That's it. Kill, kill. Joker, 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 Joker. 58's Mike, 58.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season.
Go. Check 99. Hey, he's moving. He's moving, boys. He's moving. Let it go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Lambo on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Jaguars 17, Patriots nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. Turnable, it's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Mike, 48. Rip right. Same on. Crunch.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Caught here by Conley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
We got double up.
Zip it. Zoom.
54's Mike. Check.
On play action, they'll throw.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Let's take it inside his own 40. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
Who that?
Throwing on 1st down. Fountain. The open man is Westbrook. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
65. Check three. Check 52.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike's 22.
5.
2nd and 9 now. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
58. Gone.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
44 is Mike. Check. Blue Dan. Check.
2nd and 14.
Check.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Mike's Fofo. Watch a slant. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to go deep for Conley. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Back to throw. Fountain. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
At the 35-yard line.
Down.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
It's been a long day for you.
Big river.
Throwing again. Fountain. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Ready.
To throw on third down. Fountain. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Wahoo. He runs. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Kenny Clark able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Matt Weil now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 15. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready, ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Watch the run. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Now Leonard Fournette. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
10 Lobo.
Here I come.
From the gun on third down. Fountain. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And this will be taken at the 13. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Duke Dawson picks it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
On the set. 58. 58's the mic. Charlie.
Let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58 right there.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Squeeze. Out, out, out.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Leo.
Check 13.
Rotate.
Shift.
Shift. Watch this.
Now back to throw. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Watch out. Watch out. Watch out.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Kenny Clark, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Here we go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
All day. Watch twist.
Hard, hard.
Twist, twist. Twist, twist.
Check your hot read.
Quick the edge, quick the edge.
Come, come.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
You ain't doing nothing.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook is intended receiver, and it's third down.
Ready up.
Check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike.
Hey, orbit.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. 36, 36.
Shift, shift, shift.
Fight.
From the gun, Fountain. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Duke Dawson picks it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Mike 54.
Yo, 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 yo.
They'll set up a throw. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He finds Taylor, complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Complete to Tavon Taylor. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
44, 44. Mike, 44. Strip the ball. Go. Strip that ball. Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge. Off. Foes and Mike.
2nd and 2.
Here we go.
His throw incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen. despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Haywood.
44 is the mic. 44 is Mike. Check.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
44, Mike.
He'll drop to throw.
Here I come.
And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
Hey, we got Mike 50.
Back to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Miles Jack with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They're going to look to throw. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
16 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
New England on 3rd down. A very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Fountain throwing middle, and it's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Watch the ship.
Ready.
On 1st down, it's Barrett. And it's a fumble.
Okay, Betty, I see you.
Let's go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike 54.
Hey, I'm coming.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Fountain. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Six guy. Check six guy.
Hatchet. Hatchet.
Let go.
Fournette running out of the gun.
Run.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He completes it to Westbrook. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
On the ready.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
I got wide.
Back to throw. Fountain. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Jake Ryan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 3rd and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. Back to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again.
Back him up. Back him up.
By Josh Allen. A loss of 9 brings up 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Jags, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.